What's happening, everyone, and welcome back to the Roger Report. The news cycle is absolutely on fire, and we've got a packed show for you today, bringing you the absolute latest on the stories that matter. Get ready, because we're diving deep into some massive updates that you won't want to miss. From legendary takes to surprising rankings, the sports world is buzzing, and we're here to break it all down for you. So buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride through the biggest headlines. We've got a galaxy of stars in the spotlight, and you're about to get the inside scoop on everything. Let's get to it. First up, a true NFL icon drops a bombshell on quarterback rankings, and it's shaking up the entire league. Who did he pick, and more importantly, who did he leave off? You're about to find out. Then, we're looking at the fierce competition at the top of the QB mountain. Who's ascending, and who's challenging for that top spot? We've got the breakdown. Next, we're revisiting that controversial list and digging into the details of why one legendary quarterback's picks are causing such a stir. Is it a generational shift or just a hot take? And finally, we're talking about a major NFL tally that's got everyone talking, with some surprising placements that put the league's elite under the microscope. Stick around, because you do not want to miss these updates. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss a single moment of the Roger Report. A Hall of Famer's bold QB call. Legendary quarterback Joe Montana has ignited a firestorm in the NFL world with his recent remarks on the Pat McAfee Show, revealing his top quarterback picks for building a franchise, a list that notably excludes the reigning Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes. This revelation comes just days before the highly anticipated Week 1 matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers in Brazil, a game that pits Mahomes against the Chargers star, Justin Herbert. While Mahomes boasts a dominant 7-1 record against Herbert, the conversation has shifted from on-field performance to off-field evaluations of future franchise cornerstones. Montana's initial selection included Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen, Cincinnati Bengals star Joe Burrow, and the Chargers' own Justin Herbert. He later expanded his list to include Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, citing his rapid development and leadership. When pressed about the conspicuous absence of Patrick Mahomes, who is nearing the age of 30, Montana explained his reasoning by focusing on age and future potential. He acknowledged that modern NFL rules might extend quarterback careers, suggesting he might have included Mahomes if he were younger. However, his initial exclusion, even with the subsequent clarification, has drawn significant attention and debate across the league. Herbert, in particular, has received high praise, with Montana noting his admiration for the Chargers' signal caller. This is not the first time Herbert has been lauded by NFL royalty. Peyton Manning also included him in his top 5 quarterbacks last summer. Herbert's individual statistics through his first 5 seasons are remarkable, with more passing yards than any quarterback in league history over that span. Yet, his career lacks the postseason accolades that Mahomes has accumulated, with only 1 playoff appearance and no wins to his name. Friday's game in Brazil presents Herbert with a prime opportunity to make a statement against the Chiefs and shift the narrative surrounding his career. Montana's list, framed as a build-a-franchise exercise rather than a current power ranking, still highlights the immense respect Herbert commands. Placing him in the same conversation as Allen and Burrow, and even ahead of Mahomes in his initial assessment, speaks volumes about Herbert's potential in the eyes of one of the game's greatest players. The question now is whether Herbert can translate this external validation into tangible on-field success, particularly in high-stakes matchups like the one against Mahomes in Brazil. But is this the only ranking causing a stir? We're about to dive into another quarterback hierarchy that's got the league talking. Stay tuned. QB Power Rankings, who reigns supreme? The NFL landscape is constantly shifting, and as week 1 of the new season approaches, the perennial question of who stands at the pinnacle of quarterback talent is once again dominating the discussion. This time, the focus is on a comprehensive QB hierarchy that places several elite talents under the microscope, with notable names like Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen being prominently featured. The debate centers not just on current performance, but on the overall package a quarterback brings to a franchise as it looks towards sustained success. Nick Wright, a prominent voice in sports commentary, has laid out his quarterback rankings entering the 2025-26 NFL season, and his list is generating significant buzz. Wright's analysis delves into the unique strengths and leadership qualities of the league's top signal callers, aiming to identify those who are best positioned to lead their teams to ultimate victory. The inclusion of Jackson, Burrow, and Allen highlights their exceptional individual seasons and their growing influence on their respective teams' fortunes. Each of these quarterbacks has demonstrated remarkable abilities, from Jackson's electrifying dual-threat capabilities to Burrow's clutch performances and Allen's powerful arm and playmaking prowess. The rankings come at a crucial time for many teams, as they gear up for the grueling regular season and the all-important playoffs. In a league where quarterback play is often the deciding factor in close games, understanding where these top players stand relative to each other provides valuable insight into the competitive balance of the NFL. The discussion around these rankings often touches upon a quarterback's ability to elevate their team, their consistency under pressure, and their potential for future growth. Wright's methodology likely considers a blend of statistical output, impact on team success, and overall leadership, creating a nuanced view of the quarterback position. As fans and analysts dissect these rankings, the conversation inevitably turns to the intangible qualities that make a quarterback truly great. It's not just about the yards and touchdowns, but about the ability to inspire, to adapt, and to consistently perform at the highest level. The inclusion of Jackson, Burrow, and Allen suggests a recognition of their sustained excellence and their roles as franchise saviors. Their performances have not only earned them individual accolades, but have also positioned their teams as legitimate contenders in a highly competitive league. The upcoming season will undoubtedly test these rankings, as new narratives are written and new stars emerge. These rankings are certainly sparking conversations, but what happens when a Legends list leaves out one of the game's biggest stars? We'll break that down next. Montana's QB conundrum: Mahomes left off. The sports media landscape is no stranger to bold opinions and controversial takes, especially when it comes to ranking the NFL's elite quarterbacks. However, when a legend like Joe Montana weighs in, his words carry a different weight, and his recent appearance on the Pat McAfee show has certainly turned heads. Montana was asked a seemingly straightforward question: if he were a general manager or head coach today, which three quarterbacks would he want to build his franchise around? His answer, which conspicuously omitted the Kansas City Chiefs' superstar Patrick Mahomes, has sent shockwaves through Chiefs Kingdom and sparked a league-wide debate. Montana's initial picks were Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills, Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals, and Justin Herbert of the Los Angeles Chargers. His commentary on these selections, referring to them as the guy in Buffalo, obviously Burrow's, and the guy with the Chargers, has been noted for its casual, almost detached tone, leading some to question his engagement with the current state of the league. He further elaborated on Herbert and the Chargers, stating, "I think they've just kind of gone by the wayside there." A comment that drew a sharp retort from observers pointing to the Chargers' recent AFC West title streak, largely orchestrated by the very quarterback Montana seemed to downplay. Adding another layer to the unusual list, Montana then inserted Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles into his top group, praising his development and leadership. The glaring omission of Patrick Mahomes, however, remained the central point of contention. When directly questioned about leaving Mahomes off his list, Montana cited age as a primary factor, suggesting he might have included him if Mahomes were younger. He later added a caveat, acknowledging that modern rules protect quarterbacks, potentially extending their careers, and that he should probably add a Patrick in there. This qualified inclusion, however, did little to quell the criticism, especially given that Allen and Burrow, who are only slightly younger than Mahomes, were ranked without hesitation. The narrative surrounding this has been amplified by the fact that Montana himself is a former Chiefs quarterback, making his exclusion of Mahomes, arguably the most impactful quarterback in the franchise's history, particularly jarring. Critics have pointed out the perceived inconsistencies in his reasoning, questioning why Mahomes, with his multiple Super Bowl victories and MVP awards, would be sidelined for quarterbacks who have not achieved the same level of sustained success. The debate highlights the subjective nature of these rankings and the difficulty of comparing players across different eras and circumstances. It's a lot to unpack when a legend's opinion sparks this much debate. But how do these quarterback discussions stack up against official league rankings? We'll look at that next. Mahomes ranking shuffle, Allen and Jackson ascend. Patrick Mahomes, the undisputed face of the Kansas City Chiefs and a perennial MVP candidate, continues to be a benchmark for quarterback excellence in the NFL. Despite his consistent high-level play and multiple Super Bowl victories, recent league rankings are sparking debate, with Mahomes finding himself placed behind dynamic talents like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. As the 2025-26 NFL season looms, these positional evaluations offer a fascinating glimpse into how the league's top players are perceived by their peers and analysts. Michael Baca of the NFL's official website recently released his Top 100 Players list, a highly anticipated annual tally that aims to capture the league's elite across all positions. While Mahomes secured a respectable number 5 spot, his placement behind Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen, number 3, and Baltimore Ravens star Lamar Jackson, number 2, has raised eyebrows among Chiefs fans and many analysts. The list, which ranks Saquon Barkley of the Philadelphia Eagles at number 1, acknowledges Mahomes' enduring impact, noting that his knack for making the impossible throws also sets him apart. The commentary further states, although the numbers might have prevented Mahomes from making his 7th straight Pro Bowl, there's arguably no other QB you want with the game on the line. However, the narrative focuses on the quarterbacks positioned ahead of him. Lamar Jackson is lauded as the top-rated quarterback on the top 100, with Baca highlighting his best statistical season as a passer in 2024, including career highs in yards, touchdowns, and passer rating, alongside his lowest interception total as a full-time starter. Despite not winning MVP that year, Jackson's peers reportedly view him as the best QB in the NFL. Josh Allen's inclusion at number 3 is attributed to a more calculated version of his game, showcasing tremendous growth and earning him the 2024 MVP award despite numbers that might suggest an average season. Baca emphasizes Allen's narrative in Buffalo as a key factor. The ranking of Allen and Jackson above Mahomes, both of whom have yet to secure a Super Bowl title, is a point of contention for many who prioritize championship success. Mahomes, on the other hand, has led the Chiefs to multiple Lombardi trophies and Super Bowl MVP awards, cementing his status as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. This discrepancy in the rankings underscores the different criteria and perspectives employed in evaluating players. While statistical output, individual accolades, and perceived impact on the game are all considered, the ultimate measure of success in the NFL often remains tied to team championships. Despite the debate over his precise ranking, Mahomes' consistent presence in the top echelon of NFL players reaffirms his elite status. The fact that he remains in the top 10, a streak that began after his first year as Chiefs QB1, speaks to his sustained excellence and his undeniable value to the Chiefs. The upcoming season will provide further opportunities for all these quarterbacks to prove their worth and potentially reshape these ongoing discussions about who truly leads the league. So we've seen legends make bold calls and rankings shake things up. What's next? We'll wrap it all up with a quick recap and your chance to stay connected. And that's a wrap on today's massive updates. We heard from Joe Montana with a surprising QB list, saw Nick Wright's latest QB hierarchy, and analyzed Patrick Mahomes standing in the latest NFL player tally. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the Roger Report for more breaking news and analysis, ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop, drop a comment below with your thoughts on these quarterback debates, and follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected. We'll see you next time.